Welcome back to the channel, guys. I've stuck away after work today, finished a little bit early. I did my work last night, so I've got the rest of the afternoon off. The conditions have deteriorated a little bit from what I would have hoped. The wind's blowing onshore, it was offshore all day, but the visibility still looks pretty good out there. The reports I've been hearing for most of the year so far have been pretty poor in this area. Not much life around. The sea is still very, very cold, but you have to take these opportunities while you have them. So let's get in there. Can confirm, water V cold. Time to start my swim out to the first spot. Just as I anticipated with the weather predictions, the visibility was excellent for this area. There were loads of these dogfish getting around, but I decided to leave them alone. Dogfish are certainly fine to eat, and I've eaten them many a time in the past, but their preparation takes quite a bit of time. I knew that I was going to be away for work the next few days, and I wouldn't have the time to adequately prepare one of these dogfish. That is the biggest stingray I've ever seen in Europe, actually. That thing's a whopper. It's maybe about 2 foot round, 2.5 foot round. Never seen anything like it here. I've seen skates and that sort of stuff, but this kind of looks like one of those black stingrays that you get in Australia. Pretty cool looking. Enough playing around with this guy. Back to what I actually came out here for. This cave was incredible. It had multiple entrances and even a small conger eel living at the back of it.
Now I haven't actually seen too many fish. I've seen heaps of dogfish and that big stingray, but mainly what I've come out for today is to actually scout areas for the summer. This reef here I dived a lot last year. It was really hard to get back to the good spots that you find, so I asked Santa for a GPS over Christmas and he delivered. Now I've just found this incredible cave, exactly the type of thing I'd be looking for. There's a conger eel in the back, it's deep, it's got multiple entrances, it is perfect for bass. So I'll come back here in the summer and I think that thing will be loaded with bass or mullet or something along those lines. But if there's nothing else I find today, that makes it absolutely worth it. Finding spots like this, getting them in the GPS for a later time, or when the visibility's bad and I can't actually find these spots from the surface easily, that information is priceless.
I found several other promising areas that I tucked away into my GPS. Hopefully in a few weeks they will be harboring more fish once the water warms up. Well, something more edible than this guy.
I can't believe the fish I've just seen. Massive lumpsucker. Now these fish, proven not to be very good to eat, but
They're pretty docile looking, but they're full of eggs most of the time, and most people take them for the caviar, but I've just got to try and get a bit closer to this thing.
Inshore trawling has been banned in Sussex recently, a commercial fishing method that lumpsuckers and many other species of fish are extremely vulnerable to. I sincerely hope that this is the first of many good signs for the waters of Sussex. To be fair, I think these lumpsuckers are vulnerable to quite a number of predators, given that you can easily catch them by hand. Another visit to the English coastline during spring is the spider crab. Typically you will find the most numbers of spider crabs during May, however you do find some a little bit ahead of the curve.
Definitely legal, but just not quite big enough, eh? You can grow a bit bigger.
When held upside down, spider crabs will assume this fetal position and pretend to be dead. That is until they no longer feel threatened and just carry on with their day.
Might start the paddle in. Got a fair bit of a swim ahead of me. These gloves, best thing ever. So warm. Beautiful sunset. Definitely not the warmest dive I've ever had in my life, but it was still fantastic to get out there and see so much life. That big stingray, the lumpsucker, the hordes of dogfish. But the biggest thing for me was that massive cave that I found and got it marked in the GPS, so I can go back in summer and hopefully it will be full of bass or mullet or something. I'm sure it will be. Stay tuned, you'll see that. There's a chance that I might be going diving a little bit later in this week, so if I do go diving after work one day while I'm on the other side of the country, I'll put that footage in now. And if I don't, this will be the end of the video. So yeah, is it the end of the video? Hello mate.
Hey man.
It's been a while since you've had a camera in your face, mate.
Oh, it's tip top, mate. I'm loving it.
Mate, look at this whip.
It's alright boat, eh? Considering it folds up to nothing.
Sure beats swimming, mate.
It's an amazing day. The clouds are like Toy Story. It is insane. Very, very excited to be out here. Can't wait to finally get some bass, I hope.
Visibility was looking very promising. This rocky ground was a labyrinth of cracks and caves. I'd never dived this area before, but Andy told me it was a pretty good area for sea bass when the water's warmer. Despite checking dozens of caves, I didn't really see any fish worth spearing, so I decided to try some espeto. Definitely not the biggest pollock in the world, but my first fish for the season. My freezer at home was empty, and fresh fish is something that I've really been missing over the winter months. This was a perfect feed for my wife and I. We decided to head further out wide and look at some deeper spots. The ground looked promising, but we didn't see a single fish. That's early season diving for you. The next dive, Andy missed the reef and landed on the sand, which was quite good because there was a lot of scallops on the sand. After a few dives each, we both decided that getting scallops at 23 meters was a little bit too much like hard work and called it a day. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you very much, and I will see you on the next video coming out very soon.